I want to recognize some of our partners that have already been recognized. But I, as chairman of the board, am not thankful enough. Sweet Shots Fargo, Muscogee Nation Gaming Enterprises, Rainier Development, Onefire Holding Company staff, Muscogee National Council, and Principal Chief Hill. I also appreciate the local economic development interest and partners that we have. We've had a number of meetings prior to this grand opening, and a lot of ground has been covered. By working together, great things will come to our shared communities. This land was first settled by our Muscogee ancestors after the Indian Removal Act, and it's appropriate to acknowledge yet again today that Muscogee Idowa exists because of those sacrifices our ancestors made. The growth of Tulsa was on the backs of our ancestors. It allows for us today to possess, as citizens, a government that is fully capable of providing services to the Muscogee Nation Reservation and assist our local partners as needed. Today you can see progressive changes in the scenery of this river walk, from murals painted by renowned Muscogee artists like Johnny Dacon, telling the creating story of our people, the origins, depicting the homelands of where we were removed from. You can also see pictures in the archway on the south end of the Riverwalk of notable Muscogee leaders, Obitli Yahola, Manawa, and Chito Hadjo. They appear in the windows above that walkway to catch people's attention. As you transition from that walkway of the amphitheater to the front side, you will see a modern depiction of this reservation, all to iterate and illustrate the strength of the Muscogee Idowa with respect to partners who share visions that this nation has. When I took the seat as chairman of the board, one of our first meetings I mentioned, this is ours. This property is ours. We need to demonstrate how it's ours. We need to articulate, and the whole world needs to know this is the Muscogee Nation's. We need to change the face of what we do. We've done that with strategic partnerships with MNGE, Rainier Development, City of Jenks, City of Tulsa. The list goes on and on. I'm the one who will get some credit for this, but the ultimate credit belongs to those partnerships. Times have changed. Later, you'll get an opportunity to tour the inside of the facility. And when you enter on each floor, the second and third floor, there's conference rooms. And they're respectfully named so everyone will have a clear understanding of Muscogee, where we come from, our origins. Those are still important to us today. Many Idowas still exist, hanging on to the ancient ways of our culture, holding the language, practicing as our ancestors once did. You'll find in the second floor, Tallapoosa, Chattahoochee, second and third floor, Tallapoosa, Chattahoochee, and Okmulgee conference rooms. Those were along the rivers, which I think is significant to where we are today. We're along the Arkansas River. But those rivers were more than rivers. They were equivalent to interstate highways that we enjoy today that connect so many communities, so many opportunities. Our people had a functioning government a millennia before it was colonized. We must know this. And those of us in Muscogee, we must remember it. That's our future. Ronald Reagan stated in 1983, when European colonial powers began to explore and colonize this land, they entered into treaties with sovereign Indian nations. Our new nation continued to make treaties and to deal with Indian tribes on a government-to-government basis throughout our history. Despite periods of conflict and shifting national policies in Indian affairs, the government-to-government relationship between the United States and Indian tribes has endured. The Constitution, treaties, laws, and court decisions have consistently recognized a unique political relationship between Indian tribes and the United States. And many administrations since that time have upheld those pledges. These agreements and treaties between the United States and the Muscogee Nation exceed statehood and other forms of government. We embrace the opportunity to continue working with our partners, our local communities, our chambers of commerce, to make a better, more thriving environment that's beneficial to us all. In closing, I hope that you spread the word. Today we are open. We're open for business, but also that the face of RiverWalk has changed. It is crystal clear that the Muscogee Nation is present, and everything we do will have a Muscogee flavor to it. Maro,